Hello and one and all, and Happy New Year! Yeah, guys, yes, I'm in fact back in my Blu-ray collection. It's not a collection video because I'm taking a break from doing them because, let's face it, I have massive. But 4Ks, though, I wouldn't mind doing sometime as I go along. But Happy New Year, guys! 2021 has come to a close, and it is now 2022. Yeah, 2022. Yeah. And this video I'm going to bring you my the films that I'm interested in checking out this year. So most anticipated films for 2022. This isn't going to be all the films that are going to necessarily come out this year. This isn't particularly a ranking video based topic. This is just me going along through month to month, just going things in order of release, and this is going to be more than 10, so I have about 17. I'm looking at my private list on Letterboxd anyway. So I hope you guys are looking forward to 2022, because I sure am. But without any further ado, I'll list off films and I'll say bits about them. So first up we have is the new Scream film. Now, bear with me one moment. Scream Trilogy and Scream 4. The original I've done a review on. 2 through 4 I've not, but I do plan on to, though. I plan on it sometime, though. I think this is going to be a different take because, Wes Craven is dead. He's not directing it. And, I don't really have too much to say whether this is going to be a reboot or not. I mean, it kind of looks of it because it doesn't have a 5, but hey, if I get a chance to see it, I'll possibly do a review of it. But I would like to review the other ones, possibly. Alright, next up we have is Morbius, a Venom type of film. Yeah, this is the first Marvel film on the list, or a superhero type film, if you want to say. But yeah, Jared Leto, I thought wasn't the greatest Joker in Suicide Squad, but here in Morpheus, I don't really have much to say, honestly, despite the fact that it's Sony, just like with Venom, because I myself am not a fan of the Venom movies, but I know there's people out there that like the Venoms. If you do, good on you. But myself, never been a fan of them, but I'll check this out if I get a chance to see it. Next up, we have a video game adaptation on the list, and that is Uncharted. Yeah, now Uncharted is a controversial one because of the casting, and I think the casting is pretty poor. Excuse me a moment, guys. That's better. Just because Tom Holland is a great actor. We all love Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but he kind of looks pretty young as the character Nathan Drake. And you have Mark Wahlberg as Sully. And this is just going to be a bit controversial, but I am interested in checking out anyway, if I get a chance to. Don't know if I'm highly anticipating it, though. Next up, we have another superhero film, and this is probably my most anticipated film of the year, and that is The Batman. Yes, The Batman. Yes, The Batman is actually going to come out soon, Robert Pattinson has been getting a lot of controversial because he's been in Twilight, and he's also been in some good things for what I've heard. I mean, I've seen him in Tenet, and Tenet is great. But I'm very intrigued with this because each film has gotten darker and darker, in my opinion. I mean, the Tim Burton films were pretty dark, and the Christopher Nolan trilogy was pretty dark. The Dark Knight trilogy, This looks to be the darkest Batman film live action regards to date. You know, you're having Catwoman in it, the Riddler and Penguin, I believe. You know, and this looks to be one of the younger times with Batman, as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, that's probably my most anticipated of the year. Next up, we have another video game adaptation. And that is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Where is it? Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. I had a fun time with this film. Although it does have a few issues where some jokes don't land very well, and how it's just kind of basically focusing Sonic on in real life rather than just at his own home, you know, Green Hill or what have you. But if you saw the credit scene, it pretty much sets up the sequel, which I'm really excited for. You have the same director coming back. You have Jim Carrey coming back as Dr. Robotnik, you know, and who, in my opinion, was the best part about the film, by the way, the original Sonic the Hedgehog. And thankfully, you still have the same, much better CGI, which we don't talk about the original anymore, the shitty one. But I'm really looking forward to Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and I hope it brings some, and I hope it's a good sequel. Next up we have is the third film to a fantasy series, and that is Fantastic Beasts and the Secrets of Dumbledore, I believe. Let me just check that. The Secrets of Dumbledore, yes, I'm right. Yeah, this series has been a bit controversial because this is sort of the comeback to Harry Potter. I mean, we love the Harry Potter series. I mean, the first film I've enjoyed quite a bit. The second one, not so much. This film I'm a bit curious to see, though, because if you guys remember, you know, Johnny Depp got fired from playing Grindelwald, and now we have Mads Mikkelsen from Doctor Strange and Casino Royale, who's going to play Grindelwald in this film. And I'm curious to see how it turns out. I'm not overly excited, like, say, the Batman, but I'm interested in checking it out anyway. Next up, which is a film that I'm excited for, we're going back into Marvel, and that is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Yes, this is directed by going to be directed by Sam Raimi. Yep, which is going to be the first MCU horror film. You know, it's going to have a horror vibe to it because the first Doctor Strange film was directed by Scott Derrickson, who made the first Sinister film, if I'm right. So I'm very interested where this is going to turn out because, you know, WandaVision pretty much set it up along with Spider-Man No Way Home technically did, if you've seen the film. But yeah, I'm just really excited for this one. In regards to Marvel, this is probably my most anticipated anyway. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Doctor Strange sequel. Next up we have is Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick looks pretty good. Oops, sorry. My legs are in the tripod. Anyway, I have a soft spot for Tom Cruise because I love his films. Would love to do a review selection of his. I reviewed the original Top Gun back in 2020 in back on the 4th of July, and reviewed the Mission Impossible films leading up to Fallout back in 2018. And yeah, I don't really have much to say, but I am very intrigued with this one, very interested. Next up we have is another controversial one, which I'm not too overly excited for, but I'm interested to see it anyway. Interested in seeing it. And that is Jurassic World Domination, whatever it's called. You know, I'm not saying it right because I can't spell. You're probably tired of hearing me spelling. But yeah, the Jurassic World films have been interesting because the first one isn't great. But it's a fun watch anyway, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which I do not have on physical media. Yeah, we all know the story to that. But yeah, Colin Trevorrow is coming back. I mean, it could go either way, you know, it could be a splat, you know, kind of like with J.J. Abrams with Force Awakens to Rise of Skywalker. But I'm interested in this anyway. I'm not overly excited because I honestly don't think we really need any more Jurassic Park films, because the first one is classic, and I do kind of have fun with the Lost World, even though it's not that great, and Jurassic Park 3's meh. But next up we have is a Disney Pixar film, you could say, Lightyear. Yeah, this one actually is interesting to me because this is somewhat not taking place in the Toy Story timeline. You know, Chris Evans is going to play Buzz Lightyear in this film. It's basically just going to focus on him and no one else, because this is mainly on Lightyear. So I'm really interested in that. I really like the trailer. Next up from Marvel we have is Thor Love and Thunder. Yes, another MCU film. Yes, I really enjoyed Thor Ragnarok. It was a game changer for Thor, because in the first two he was kind of dark and just pretty much kind of the movies themselves look pretty dull, even though I do have a soft spot for the first one. But yeah, Thor The Dark World is probably my least favorite MCU film. I mean, Taika Waititi really bought something fresh for Thor, and I'm really excited to see what he brings for you know, Love and Thunder. And I look forward to seeing a trailer when they get releasing one. Next up we have is Black Adam. Yes, which is going to have Dwayne The Rock Johnson playing Black Adam. I mean, is this going to be this looks to be a sequel to Shazam. It's not Shazam 2, but this looks like it's going to it's a DCU film anyway, which I'm pretty sure, and you know, don't really have much to say other than seeing a bit of footage with Dwayne The Rock Johnson in the set of Black Adam, you know. But I'm interested in that. Next up we have is an action film series that keep getting better and better and better every now and so often. And I did mention this a while back, Mission Impossible 7. Yes, Mission Impossible keeps getting better and better, even though the second film isn't that great. But each film from the third, which keeps getting better and better. I mean, I love all the films, minus the second one. And just, they all keep getting better and better. And Fallout was just a mind-blowing experience. I'm just like, gosh, they're not going to top. And Fallout to me is still the best one today, and possibly the best action film of the 2010s in my opinion anyway. But yes, for what I hear, this is going to be a back-to-back based one with Mission Impossible 7 and 8. But I'm really looking forward to MI7. Next up, we have another animated superhero film coming up, and that is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. Yes, I really loved Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I thought that was a great animated superhero film. Sorry, I need to keep my computer up so I can read. But this film, I really look forward to seeing what they're going to bring into this world of Spider-Man, you know, and we've had a trailer for it. It was awesome. Don't really have much to say on that one. Next up we have is Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And yeah, this is going to be a bit an interesting one, because we all know the tragic loss of Chadwick Boseman, which was one of the most tragedy things that happened in 2020, which I'm just like, I wish he was still around. Like, he really had such a career in him. Just, may he rest in peace. and it's going to be very interesting to see where they go with it. I mean, of course, I can't say too much because there hasn't been a trailer or even any footage with that one, but I'm interested in that anyway. We have two more. Next up we have is Creed 3. Yes, I did not think they were going to make this because Creed 2 I thought was the perfect ending because you have the Rocky series. You have 6 Rocky films with Rocky, and then you have 2 standalone films with Adonis Creed, Apollo Creed's son. You know, and he's kind of finished his arc if you've seen Creed 2, and I'm just like, where are they going to go with this one? And Michael B. Jordan is going to direct this one. I mean, I don't really think they need to continue. If you've seen my Rocky film series, I was very cringeworthy back then when I reviewed them, because the original Creed had a UK release in early 2016. But I'm intrigued with that anyway, depending when they're going to release it this year. Last but certainly not least, I have on the list, bear with me guys, and that is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Yes, there's going to be 2 DCU films, and no, the Batman doesn't count because it's separate. You know, I really enjoyed the first Aquaman film, even though it has a bit of mixed reactions. But I thought it was a fun time, you know. While I don't think it's the best film in the DCU, I think it was a really fun time. You know, and I very look forward to seeing where the sequel turns out anyway. And I believe James Wan is directing it. I could be wrong, but correct me, but I think he is. But there you go, guys. Those are some films that I'm interested in checking out for 2022. I may not be anticipating them all. I'm just interested in seeing them out. But comment down below. Let me know below what are your most anticipated films for 2022. I'm very interested to know. I haven't mentioned every film on the list. There's probably a ton more that I didn't mention. But guys, I will be back over there at my desk for my reviews and live streams. Regards to list wise, this is a pretty good background, plus having a Blu-ray set over here. By the way, let me just pan that. Yeah, just laying it over there. Whenever I do a classic review, I want to post it there if I have it on physical media, just to make it look really better. And of course I'll obviously film it over there where you see the Batman poster over there. Let me just move that across there. There you guys go. But as always guys, if you're new, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share this video and notify that bell before you leave. All of my social media links can be found in the description below. And as always, until my next video, I shall see you then, and peace. And I look forward to 2022.